Just don't let him anywhere near a ballroom.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the 3A Bumblebee movie Deluxe BLITZWING. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Let me move him off to the side, because it's quite a large box. So here we have BLITZWING, a nice image of him, Transformers Bumblebee, deluxe scale collectible figure, Transformers. On this side of the box, we just have a Decepticon symbol here with BLITZWING on the other side. BLITZWING, Decepticon symbol up top, Transformers Bumblebee on the bottom, things, holograms, barcodes. On the back of the box, just a big Decepticon symbol. Bumblebee, deluxe scale, bloody, Transformers. This is not a toy. See, this is not a toy. Not a toy. World3A.com, all that good stuff. And open this up, and we have another image there of the Blitzmeister. And right there is where the bubble sits. And all that good stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have BLITZWING as he appeared in the Bumblebee movie, and this figure is just fantastic, as 3A figures tend to be, and this is no different. This figure just looks amazing. Now, of course, these do not transform. Boo, I know some people are going to complain about that, but hey! 3A doesn't do Transformers in the traditional sense. They just make high-end collectible action figures. These are basically the hot toys of Transformers. That's the way I look at these. And really well done. Really well done here. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at that head sculpt here. You can see really nicely done head sculpt there. Got the little beady red eyes and just overall very nice detail. Really nice paintwork. Again, as 3A just is known to do, and this is no exception. Got the little spike here sticking out of the back of his head. This is removable. This does come packaged separately. It does come in a little baggie that's taped to the instructions, and they actually give you 2 extras, which is very nice. So in case you happen to lose one, you got some backups here. So you got the little spike there, but. Okay, let's just go down to body here and just take a look at all this wonderful detail. Lots of detail. Wonderful paintwork. Again, as 3A tends to do, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. Just so well done. Looks amazing. There's big old feet there. Again, just chock full of detail. Lovely paintwork. Even the bottoms of his feet. Has some detail going on there. He's got the 3A stamp there on the bottom of his foot. And moving up the back, again, we can see yet even more detail. Even more of that wonderful paintwork going on there. See the Blitz booty going on. It's got little tail fins that hang down there. You can see the backpack, the big old wings. And I love the weathering effect they did with the paint job here. This looks weathered and worn, just kind of dingy and dirty. And all around, again, just fantastically done, fantastically done. So, there we go. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, and the neck itself is on a ball joint as well, so you have 2 points of articulation there at the neck, so you have your wiggly-waggly. You can look up a good ways, you can look down. Head, of course, can turn a full 360. The shoulders have quite a bit of movement here. This entire assembly here can rock up and down if you need it to. The arms, of course, they can rotate. You do have to be careful with things kind of colliding there. But the arms, of course, can rotate. They can do a full 360. These shoulder pieces here are on a hinge that can move up and down, and they can rock forward and back as well. You also have a little panel right here that flips open, so you can get full extension there on that arm, and you also have a double joint in here that you can pull out right there, and that gives you even more range of movement. You can have him bring his arms in front of his chest if you need to, so you have a lot of range of movement here in the shoulders. So a lot of posing options there. Coming down, you have bicep rotation. You do have a double jointed elbow. So you have nice range of movement there. The hands are on a ball joint. The forearms can also rotate some. He does have, what have we done, the body here? These pieces here can move up and down. I don't know if they're supposed to, but they move. Hey, hey, things that move, if you need them to move. He does have waist rotation. Now, if you bring this piece up here, you can engage his, and it's kind of stiff on mine, but he does have an ab crunch going on there as well. So you can engage that. Just move that back into place. And as far as the legs go, the legs, they can move forward, that far, back, about that far. Of course, you're going to maybe knock his little butt fins off when you do that. They're just on ball joints. These come packed separately in the box. They just pop right in. Now, outward movement. Now, for full outward movement, you want to take these hip pieces here. They're on a double hinge, and you bring them down, and that will allow you to get full range of movement there. You get the full splits and even a little bit extra there. So you can do the full splits. You can just put that back. You got thigh rotation. You do have a double jointed knee. So you have nice full range of movement there. And this joint right here is nice and smooth. It's a nice smooth, just buttery joint. Moves very nicely. So you got that going on. And then we move on to the feet. The feet you can pull down like so. And you have your upward movement, your downward movements, and you have tiltage as well as rotation. And even his back has some articulation. His booty fins, as I showed earlier, are on ball joints, and you kind of angle those however you want. The wings themselves are on a hinge that can move forward and back. You can also rotate those wings a bit if you want to, so you can get those wings in some different positions if you'd like as well. So now let's run through the accessories. The first thing you get is some optional hands, and the hands are on him right now. Not just the clenched closed fists there, but you do also get a pair of just like open, relaxed hands. And again, these are also just nicely done. Great paintwork on them, great detail. Again, so you get two of those. You also get two kind of splayed out, I'm gonna grab you hands. I'm gonna grab you and do bad things. You get two of these as well. You also get what the instructions call the electron spike blade, and this is what BLITZWING uses to rip out Bumblebee's voice box in the movie to make it official. And you can see again, lovely detail going on there. You can see his hand right there. See that going on. These bits here are made of a kind of a stiffer rubber, but I would still say be careful with them because you can see they're quite thin. So you get that as well. And you also get his big old arm cannon here. And again, just tons of detail. Lovely paintwork. Got some missiles there on the sides. You got the nice weathering effect going on there. You can see all that detail going on in there as well. Quite nicely done. So you get that. And the last accessory is the base of displayage here. You can see the base. And kind of a Cybertronian style 3A Transformers Bumblebee. And you do have the adjustable arm here. And to adjust this section here, you just raise this a little bit up. And then you can adjust that however you want. And then just bring this back down to lock it into place. And you have this section here, which you can pull up. And it will lock into place. And to release it, you have to pull down this little lever here. So pull that down. So you can adjust that however you want, and that will stay locked into place. As far as this section, you do have to actually push this section out, and you have to just, just position that however you want, and then slide it back in, and that stays locked into place. So we'll show off how to use the stand first. So what we need to do here with BLITZWING is it does help if you engage his ab crunch here, because we need access to his I always pop this little tail fin off. You just want to engage the ab crunch there because we need access to his booty. We have to just remove this little booty plate here. Just pop that off. Let me pop this back on. Boop, there we go. And this just plugs in right there, like so. You can see it does support the weight just fine, and you can have him in some flying poses. Position that however you want. So, hey, you have options, and as always, options are good. Now let's show off how to swap out the hands and whatnot. So if you want to give him his throat ripper outer, that's what I call it. You just want to pop the hand off. It's all on ball joints, and you just pop the hand off. Pop this one on. It's a bit stiff, but it'll go. There we go. Pop that on. There you go. Now we can rip out some throats and make it official. So you can do that. And to give him his cannon arm here, we have to pop off his whole forearm here. So you just give that little wiggle, 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 wiggle. Just pop that off. And then just take the new arm and just plug it in. And just give it a little wiggle, 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 wiggle. And there you go. So now he has his weapons here, so you can pew, pew, bang, bang, pew, pew, bang, bang, and rip out some throats, rip out some throats, rip out some throats. Just rip out some throats. That's just what he does. It's this thing that he does. But there you have BLITZWING with his weaponry, and that looks awesome. And the last thing to show off is the light up feature. He does have lights in his head, and to access the battery compartment, you do have to kind of remove his little head spike here, and you just pop off the top of his head, and in here, you just pull it out. In here is the battery compartment. It takes 2 LR44s, which are not included. You will have to get those yourself. But you just pop those in, and this just slides back into his noggin. And then you just pop the top of his noggin back on, like so. And just put his little noggin spike back in. And the button is basically this little center part of his forehead here. So you just push that in, and the eyes light up. Kind of hard to see, but there you go. He has little beady eyes, so you can't see them too well. But you say they do glow a nice bright red there. So that's pretty cool. So now for some comparisons, just to give you a sense of the scale of this figure here, the size of the figure. Here he is with MPM Optimus Prime, and here he is with MPM Megatron. You can get a sense there of the size of the figure. And here he is with the DLX Bumblebee from 3A. So you can see how those two look side by side. So there you go. So there you have a BLITZWING, and you know, I can't say enough about 3A's figures. I absolutely love their figures. I love what they're doing. And this figure is just fantastic in my opinion. Just amazing detail, amazing paintwork, tons of articulation, superposable. Just overall a fantastically done figure for what it is. And I know whenever I review these figures, people in the comments section are always, boo, Transformers that don't transform, boo, yeah, whatever. We'll get transforming versions in due time. Eventually, we'll get a studio series. You know, third-party companies are already working on it, so we'll get our transforming versions in good time. But this is just an option, and as always, options are good. But 3A are dang good at what they do, and they always deliver just wonderful, high-end, high-quality figures. And this is no exception. Again, just another wonderfully done figure here from 3A. So, there you go. Now, if you would like this or any other 3A figures, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the 3A playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the 3A Bumblebee Movie Deluxe BLITZWING. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Tell me where your friends are. I'll never talk. No, really? Well, why don't we make it official? It already is official. I have legal documentation here stating that I do not have to divulge any information to a Decepticon. Oh wow, it's notarized and everything. Yes, that will hold up in court. Oh, well, that's it's my mistake then. I guess I'll just leave you alone. It's okay, don't worry about it. You know what? He seems like a good kid. Wait a minute, I'm a Decepticon! We don't care about paperwork!